Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report. Today, across this asteroid belt, the forces of Archon Skari face off in a retrieval crusade mission. Let's begin.
The Dark King.
Mission retrieval. Archon Skari has been able to acquire and continue to grow his Cabal raiding force during the rise of the Cabal. So this is 50 power level, which is what we're playing today for our Crusade force. Of course, Archon Skari himself has decided to grace the table with his presence. We'll go over, what they have as they go, but Archon Skari himself has very cool poison on his agonizer. He's got his blast pistol. He's insensate. He's taken a battle scar as well. Then we have Rezalia, the stim addict succubus, who has brought, of course, witches from the arena. They have bio-shocked themselves after taking too many drugs. So they have a battle scar as well, which makes them kind of crazy. But it makes sense since they're all combat drugged up, which is awesome. Then we have the court, the inner court. Slither, stab, bite and stare. One of my favorite units, the little court of the Archon. Then we have Slick Venom, which is a veteran unit of Cabalite warriors with double blaster and a phantasm grenade launcher, and of course the splinter cannon. And then we have Dark Sun, which is the second unit of Cabalite warriors with 2 blasters and a dark lance, more of an anti-tank unit. Then we have the 2 raiders, Mist and Desperation, which have shown up as well. Now they're just raiders. They each have a damaged weapon as well. And last but not least, the newest addition to the raiding force, Archon Skari, through his benefactors, has been able to procure a Ravager power spike with 3 disintegrator cannons. There you have it, 50 power level. That's only because the raiders went up a power level when they went up in points, because apparently they were too good at 5 power level. I agree. There you have it. Let's see what missions and agendas Archon Skari has as he continues his fight to raise a Cabal force worthy of challenging the Cabal of the Poison Tongue. But of course, he has to face his ancient foe, Lord Vacuous. Let's see what he brought to the fight.
And the court of the Anomanek rises again. Vacuous the inexorable, the oppressor of the unworthy, comes to the asteroid fields to dispel this rising Archon before he becomes too much of a pain in the side. He is our gracious overlord carrying a war scythe and a res orb. He is an honorable combatant who carries an unlocked solar shift core that he claimed from the Pariah Nexus. He is backed up by his trusty Lichguard, his Vacuous's blade. They are undying revenants, ready to serve no matter what the cost. To his left sits Blanc the Ancient, an old mad lord who has seen so many aeons past. He also carries a resurrection orb, and he is clad in a conversion field, ever paranoid for what dangers await. Behind him, the Infinite Guard sit implacable and ready to pounce upon anyone who his paranoia seems to always find him right. Adding to the forces today, 2 master-crafted annihilation barges, Grace and Beauty, make their way in, courtesy of Torquil the Twisted, the technomancer of the Anomanek. He is always accompanied by his Torquel's thralls, handcrafted crypto thralls who only exist to do his bidding. The haunting shadow follows them from behind, a hex mark, a cursed death mark who has fallen in Vecuus's grace. And the Forsaken. What remains of Vecuus's warriors? They are forever cursed, sent off to Drazak to be cursed and to follow Vecuus into the fray.
Awesome. There you have it. 50 power level of Necrons. And here we are after deployment. The Drukhari decided to defend. So they're on this side. And all the objectives are with the attacker. He's sweeping through, trying to find the valuable artifact. We don't know which one it is. There are 6. There's one on that bridge, one on this beachhead, one near the ancient plant growth, one near the bunker complex, one near the ancient Eldar ruins, and one in that little crater there. So you can do an action. 1 unit per turn can basically do an action. And on a 6+, you find whichever one it is. But you get to add +1 to the roll for each other one that has been searched, basically, which is pretty cool. I put 1 Ravager way up here. One of the benefits of playing in 3D, John. Whoa. Look at him. He's all the way over here. But then we have the 2 barges and the Cryptek. We have the Lich Guard and Vecuus, and more Lich Guard and the Lord back here. Of course, all of them are OBSEC, and they can reroll hits in combat, and they come back to life really easy. I have Witches, Court of the Archon Skari. The Veteran unit. Oh no, they're not the Veteran unit. They're the Veteran unit there. They're just the Rookie unit, moving up the board. And then the Succubus with her crazy stim addict stuff in that one with the Veteran Kabalite Warriors. John's agendas. He decided to take Survivor, so he gets to pick a unit to survive. He decided to take Reaper to kill stuff. And he decided to take
Inescapable Retribution.
Which is this one here?
That is that one there.
Cool. So I got to put that objective down. And he has to try and search it to get like cool relics and stuff and experience. So I put it as close to me as possible, as far away from him as possible.
The sneaky Drukhari have stolen too many of my trinkets today.
I have. They're my trinkets, John. So my agendas are take credit, because Archon Skari likes to take credit for everything that happens, or the Succubus might take credit, depending on who survives. I've decided to take Reaper to see who kills the most, and priority targets to see if I can kill those tanks, because they have 2 damaged Teslas. Ugh, that's going to be dangerous. So I've tried to hide in this dense terrain as much as possible to mitigate the crazy threat of the super Teslas as much as I can. Other than that, that's it. It is 5 turns. Let's rock and roll. So it's a roll-off. Oh yeah, I rolled a 1, John.
I rolled a 3.
You get to choose to go first or second.
Well, I will be going first.
Okay, he's going to jump. He's like, I need to pop some transports. I'm going first. Okay, so with that, we move on to Necron, turn number 1. End of the movement phase. The Necrons have started the action over here. They've just stayed still. He's enacted the protocol of being in cover in the deployment zone. And then the 2 annihilation barges, because they ignore vertical movement, because they fly, whoop, whoop, they moved up here and they're both just going to nuke my Ravager. So I have tried to do -1 to hit. Let's see if he survives. All this, they're 2 damaged Teslas, may I add. The big guns, because his techno monster basically upgraded them when he added them to the list. Ouchies. Okay, so both of the Tesla arcs did 8 damage to this Ravager thanks to his 4-up save. Had to take 10 2-damage saves. Failed 4 out of 10. So variance was on my side there. Took 8 damage. And the -1 to hit really came in handy. Luckily, he got away with only a few Tesla hits. So end of the turn, the Necron's staying put and rolling to see if he successfully finds the archaeotech he is looking for on a 6. No. So the objective is removed. However, he does gain 10 victory points as he has successfully searched one of the objectives.
We will find you yet.
Okay, so I've decided not to see about that objective. I don't want to search it because I want him to search one of the ones that he has access to like then get a 4 up on the next one I search. But then he might pick one and it turns into that one and I can kind of pounce on it while he's isolated. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. It's a little strategy. I know where it's hidden. He doesn't. He's looking for it. I'm trying to retrieve it. Like I stashed it away and I've come back and I'm saying it's mine. So this is really cool because I can't actually see these guys from down there with this raider over here. So I'm going to have to shoot the dark lance somewhere, then fire and fade the raider so the blasters and stuff can shoot up and shoot that guy. It's like nuts. Absolutely crazy. And then this is full of witches and it just kind of moved up this way. Okay. Now the witches do have a hyperstim backlash because they took too many drugs. So they're -1 leadership, -1 toughness until I get them to rest and detox. However, not today. So they have they're hopped up on and they have to roll on their combat drugs, which I do anyway for them. Okay, everything moved up, advanced up here, and basically just it's not like I can kill them. They're just gonna come back to life anyway. Good old inexorable super guard. Okay, let's dive into and then the Ravager's gonna try and bravely fight some of these. Oh, I love it. Look at this. It looks so cool. Okay, end of the shooting phase. Nothing really happened. I did kill one Lich Guard, though. It's hard to do because he can turn one of the reanimations to a 5. So if I kill one model at a time, it's very unlikely that I'll kill a model. But I was able to kill one with all of this shooting. And then the other shooting was very ineffective. I wasn't able to hit or wound any of these. And I only put 1 wound on a Crypto Thrall with a bunch of the Kabalite Warriors. But they are boosting across the bridge here. So with that, I didn't do any of the actions. I don't get any points for that. So now we're moving into the second Necron turn.
Oh, these fellas will.
Okay, so we are at the end of movement phase, turn number 2. We had Vecuous and his Lich Guard move across towards that objective node. This unit of Lich Guards move up to block the way of the witches that are trying to cross the bridge on the Raider. The Lord in the back protecting that node while this one still beeps in the crater. The Annihilation Barges 1 has basically moved down here, ready to unleash unholy Tesla on the troops, basically, to murder all the OBSEC. And the other one has moved this way to try and block the Succubus and the veteran Kabalite warriors from getting to the objectives in this corner over here, which means the battle is joined as we move into turn number 2. And who's doing the action?
So Vecuous himself is going to try and uncover the location.
I love it. So at the end of the turn, we'll roll to see. If that is it, he will need a 5+, because he gets +1, because 1 has already been searched. But if that one is not it, then the next one will be on a 4+. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we take the action under the bridge. Over the bridge, under the asteroid belt to where the Raider died. So the Raider did die, but it was a crazy turn of events. That Tesla shot into the Raider, didn't kill it. Then Torquil shot into the Raider, actually killed it with the voltaic staff. And then that barge decided he wanted to shoot everything over there. So I did a -1 to hit. And because of the cover, and you didn't spend the CP to ignore the benefits of cover, I was able to strike from the shadows because of the obstacle. They had a 2-up save, which was really cool. And not many. I only lost 5 after morale. But then you charged him with your little bucket of death. He died. And the Raider exploded, doing mortal wounds to everything around, which was awesome. Then she piled into the barge, who hit her twice and wounded her once, bounced back a mortal wound as well. So he's taken 4 wounds because of explosion and because of the Curse Blade bounce back mortals. Crazy. And they're still good there. But does Vecuous, all the way on this side of the battlefield, find the objective that he is looking for? He needs a 5+ to make it happen.
No.
It is not. It dissipates into nothingness. Oh, so it's either one of these two or one of those two, splitting the table in twain. On this flank, Rosalia has decided to stick around over here to fight the barge, and the battle-tested Kabalite warriors will do the action, but they're allowed to shoot without the action failing, which is really cool. So I'm probably going to shoot with them as well. On this side, we have the Raider filled with witches. Just move this way, so you can shoot into that. And I've got the Court and Archon Skari all ready to jump into that barge, because I need to do something about it. And then they're just sitting there. So just far away from the Lich Guard right now. So we'll see what happens with that objective. Maybe that bridge is important and that's where it's stashed. And then all the Lich Guard are way over there and they have to like make their way, which would be good for me. But then it might not. And then he gets a 3 up on one of these two. And then I get a 2 up on that one. And then if not, then it's that one.
And then it's the one in the grid.
So anything could happen still. I love it. Okay, on to the shooting phase. What do you think is going to happen? And of course, I forgot that this Ravager was up here, because who plays in 3D ever? So he's just going to sit there. I decided not to ask John to give me an ability to move it back, because I have to learn. I have to learn not to forget my models. I play. So that's my fault. If not, he would have been cool to sit up here and just start like nuking some of these Lich Guard up here. Maybe he'll kill some flayed ones when they show up from Deep Strike. Or a hex mark when he decides to show up and start murdering some stuff. I was able to shoot and kill the Annihilation Barge. I did 4 damage with Archon Skari, and then the Dark Lance finished it off. I did Potent Metallotoxin with this whole unit, and they didn't do anything. Because the blasters missed and the Dark Lance didn't wound. So that's okay. Then I did fire and fade the Raider up here to get all the pistol shots from the witches into the Lich Guard. Didn't do anything there either. And he auto-exploded the Annihilation Barge to do mortals to everyone. Except my Soul Helm on Archon Skari was good to keep him alive. Good job. Good job. So he ignored the damage there. Okay, so with that, we're just going to go into combat. Yeah, because that's it. I don't have anything else. And the Annihilation Barge gets to go first.
Oh, yeah, it does.
3 attacks because it doesn't degrade. No hits. Cool. And then my Succubus gets...
I'm going to boost its quantity.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay. So hitting on 2s with her. She is strength 7 because of her crazy combat drugs and Cursed Blade and the Archive Glaive. So she still wins you on 4s.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Because you are awesome that way. So let's do 2 hit. Okay. And then she does need 4s to wound. You only have 4 wounds left, and it's only 1 damage each, though. So, okie dokie. Ooh, only 2, so it's not going to kill it.
All right.
I don't have reroll wounds because I'm not Cult of Strife or anything crazy.
It'll be on a 4-up.
Correct. Oh, I just did 1 damage, down to 3 remaining. Although he'll be up to 4 afterwards anyway. At least it stops you from shooting other stuff. You know, you have to like nuke her. Mm-hmm. Which, you know, she only has 3 wounds left, so she's pretty dead. Other than that, it's good. I could have gone to kill Turkuel, but whatever. It's all good. I wanted to not have to survive Overwatch over here, so that's why she piled into there, basically.
That's smart.
Okay, so with that.
Oh.
Okay, John, are you ready?
Are they going to find their stash?
It's on a 4+.
It's on a 4+.
We hit it after all. You do know this, right? Okay. Hiya! No! No! Oh, John's taking it away with so much glee. Oh, that's a shame. That means it's either that one or one of the 2 that the Lich Guard are on over there. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, so on to Necron turn number 3. 20 points to the Necron, 0 points to the Drukhari. However, agenda-wise, the Drukhari are doing pretty decently so far. I actually get 10 points because I did that one time. Yes! Yay. Good job. But, yeah, so, let's dive into turn number 3. Yep. End of the movement phase. The flayed ones have arrived. Slow as the hex mark destroy within 18 inches of the Kabalites on the bridge. Then we have Court of the Archon, the Inner Circle, and the Archon himself. Slith, stab, bite, and stare. All next to the Archon, keeping him safe from the Hexmark Destroyer. The Lich Guard have essentially doubled down on the gamble that he's going to roll a 3+ on there. So they've pulled back and then just want to... Because if he does, he gets 10 points for the action, 10 points for finding it. And then you get points for holding it at the start of your command phase. So I'd literally have to take it away from you and then hold it to turn the game around. So, seems like the Necrons might have the objective well in hand if he rolls a 3+ over there. However, on this side, we have the flayed ones, the Hexmark, and then Torquel and his flanking force of annihilation barges has decided to stay the course on this flank and hold off the onslaught of the succubi. As we come out of the shooting phase, I lost the succubus to Tesla, like he just nuked her. Then Torquel only hit once, killed one. Mm-hmm. And then the Hexmark only killed one as well, which was, I did not expect that to happen. And then we have over here the charges that are going to be happening. Okay, so I did decide to overwatch with my Kabalite warriors into the barge. They need 6s to hit.
Yep.
2 dark lances, 2 blasters. Are you using any special abilities? No. 2 rerolling 1s because they're veterans.
Oh.
Nope. And then the Phantasm Grenade Launcher. 1 shot. Does it hit? It does not. And then the rifle. Does not. Oh, it was worth a try, Trying.
My heart is pounding.
He only has 4 wounds left, so I was hoping that I could do some damage there. He does. He will make it in, though, but that is really good because it will stop them from getting the action over there. If that one fails at the back there, as the asteroids move across the battlefield. The flayed ones did fail with their reroll, and then... he didn't do anything? Yeah, so I'm going to come in and fight you. Good old Kabalite warriors. Let's see what they're made of. Needing 3 Stitcher rolling 1s because they're veterans. Ooh. Good job, veterans. And then needing 6s. Oh, baby. 1 at AP1. Oh, dear. Because that's what Blade Artists do.
Oh,
yeah. It's down to 3. Good job, Blade Artists. Good job. Right. The fate of the universe hangs in the balance, John. On a 3+, because there has been... This is the 3rd one, so you get +3 this roll.
That's correct.
On a 3+, you have found the objective that you have been searching for this whole time.
Blanc, do you find it?
No, he doesn't. Oh my goodness. I rolled a 1, you rolled a 1, and then you rolled a 1 earlier too, I'm pretty sure. So odds are that's going to be a 1. The way that we've been rolling, that's how that works right now. Well, that means it's either this one here or this one over here. But you do get another 10 points for searching another one, bringing it to 30 for the Necrons, 20 for the Drukhari. But the Necrons will roll over, and now the Necrons are going to have to push into their secret objective over here as well. There's no reason for them to stay back here, so now the onslaught of the Lich Guard is going that way. Okay, on to turn number 3 for the Drukhari. End of the movement phase. It's now or never, says Archon Skari. Retrieve what we have lost, or whatever it was. So the Kabalite warriors have moved up here, ready to shoot some Lich Guard. I remember the Ravager this time, looking down the battlefield after surviving the onslaught of the Annihilation barges, and he's going to shoot some Lich Guard. The Witches have moved up to shoot some Lich Guard and charge some Lich Guard. And then the Raider was here. Both the Court and Archon Skari just moved into the Raider, and the Raider moved 14 inches that way. The thing is, the Raider was over 17 inches away from both of the objectives. Like right in the middle. Just a little bit further that way, I could have searched that one. A little bit further that way, I could have searched that one. I physically cannot get in range to search an objective. I misplayed that so badly, which means John, unless I charge and hold him in combat and stuff, he's going to be able to search either that one or that one. Oh no, that was a misplay, but that's okay. So I've decided to abandon the super relic of the Necrons and just go for it. And let's see what we do as we dive into turn number 3. Okay, end of the shooting phase. The Ravager actually killed 4 out of the 3 out of the 4 that were left. Ooh, good roll from the Ravager. But one of them came back. And then they killed 1 too. And then I did kill the Barge, and Torquel went down to the shooting from the Archon's blast pistol and the 2 blasters and things like that on that flank. And then the witches did make a charge, and then they did not make their charge into the 2 Lich Guard. They needed 11. Okay. I have 2 command points left. I also, I think I said I used Prey on the Weak in combat with my Succubus. I can't do that. She's not core. So, but I didn't use any rerolls. I had it in my head that she could, and for some reason. And then I was going to do it for the Ravager. I'm like, wait a second. He's not core. He doesn't get cool stuff. So I just double checked. Okay. So with that, Cursed Blade Witches, that is 10 of them with +1 toughness, +1 strength.
Ooh.
Oh no, +2 inches of movement. My apologies. +1 strength, which means they're up to strength 5, which means they match the Lich Guard. Ooh, and there's a power sword in there for strength 6 power sword. Let's see what they can do. Okay, so the witches have killed 2 so far. There are 2 left. John just rolled 8 3-up saves, and he rolled just enough for me to kill the last 2. So he is cashing in a single reroll. So I had to film it to show you, because if he passes his reroll, he gets to reanimate them. If not, they all die. So I thought, to John's chagrin, I thought I had to show it off. Oh. Come on, John. What is it today? It's look at that. They live. The Lich Guard will be able to reanimate. So that'll be 6 rolls on the reanimation table, because there were only 4 left.
That is correct.
Oh, very, very snazzy. And you can turn one of them into a 5 because of the Crusade rules.
I very much can.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And you can bring one back.
I will bring the one who is
right. Awesome. So I killed 2 and... Well, kill 3 and 1 stands back up. Perfect. So now he has 2 remaining over there. He's just making sure I'm going to pile in this lady over here and bring in the 2nd unit. Okay. So we went back and did it again. He actually reanimated here and base to both of them. So I can't pile into that unit, so then they can move into there. So that was just, we kind of went back and I knew what he wanted to do. He's like, oh, my intention was, I was like, okay, so if you wanted to do that, then you want to put that guy there. So nobody can pile in to fight them, basically. Okay, so I will just pile the other witches in. In the ensuing combat, the Lich Guard killed 3 of the witches. And because they're -1 to their leadership, they did fail morale. After losing 3, so 1 ran, but then no attrition, so they stayed put. As we move into battle round number 4. Crazy, crazy turn. And I did bounce 1 mortal wound back with when he attacked me. However, it's not enough to do any damage there. If I would have done 2, it would have just killed the Lich Guard, which would have been really cool with Cursed Bladeness. So with that, diving in to battle round number 4.
Into the protocol of the Conquering Tyrant.
Cool.
Perform the action.
End of the moon phase. They're performing the action. They need to not roll a 1. If they do, and that one's the objective, which would be bad for John. However, he did use both of his he has 2 res orbs. He used them both. 1 brought back 1 Lich Guard here, and 1 brought back 2 Lich Guard there. Oh, damn. They're so annoying. But he did, and has extended auras. Anyway, and then they just kind of advanced up and Beatty to try and move in and do an action on that objective to get the super cool relic and experience. Yeah.
So we'll move into the shooting phase.
I like it. Shooting, the hex mark actually hit his mark this time and killed 6 of the 9 Kabalites that were left there. Good job for him. And then Vacuous is going to jump into this combat across the bridges with all the witches just taking it down.
End of the movement phase. Okay,
end of the turn. The witches got nuked. Vacuous wounded 5 times and killed 4 because I failed 4 out of 5 saves on the witches. And then I lost 1 more to morale and then 1 more to attrition. But it comes down to the fateful roll. Is that the objective? If it is, Archon Skari is too far away to make a difference. If it isn't, he is right where he means to be. What is it? That is a 2. He finds the objective. It means he gets 20 more points, which brings him up to 50 points, I believe.
That is it.
To my 10, which means there's physically no way I can get into the fight. So let's just kill some stuff and try get some experience. Okay, so they got out and advanced. And we actually got a really long advance to try and get into the flayed ones. I was able to shoot enough of the flayed ones to then shoot the Hexmark with Archon Skari and then the blasters and stuff. Archon Skari killed the Hexmark with his blast pistol. Amazing. And everything else just kind of converged to kill the stuff to prevent him from getting his crazy extra agenda. The Ravager killed the last flayed one in close combat, so he gets a kill, which is awesome. And with that, you go into your turn 5, so you'll get 20 points again for holding that, because I can't stop you from holding it. And it's on to your turn 5. Vecuous will run away with the victory because of that. However, let's see if I can force some out-of-action tests and get some extra kills for my units for the long war, which is ahead. The Necrons have just moved to protect the bridge. And then in my 5th turn, I've moved Archon Skari out of the Raider. The Raider's moved up. I'm essentially trying to get as many things as I can to just basically shoot them. Let's do this. Shoot her! Now it's turn 5, so I get double bracket, like double wounds on my vehicle. So he's now 6 wounds. So he's full bracket again. Ooh, super exciting. End of my shooting. The Ravager and the 2 blasters killed the last of the 3 Lich Guard. Yes, so the blasters that finished them off. Ravager, good job. I'm loving this disintegrated Ravager. It's really cool. And then Archon Skari made a 10-inch charge to make it to them. Good job, Archon Skari. So let's see what he can do. He's going to run in. He only has 5 attacks, though. Nothing crazy. And he has Hatred Eternal. So... Correct. 6 through 2 set. He hits everything. And then he needs 3s to wound, but then 6s to mortals in addition to damage. And he rerolls everything. So that would be 5 saves, invuls, and 1 mortal in addition.
5 invulnerables.
Ooh.
3 go through. And 1 more.
Invulnerables? You have 3 available? Yeah.
Yeah.
So... 2 go down, and you take one wound as well.
Yeah. All right. Did they reanimate?
Yep. One will, regardless.
Okay.
It's so tough. So freaking tough. Okay, so Vecuous is giving them an extra attack and strike.
That's it.
I like it.
So hitting on 2s.
Right. But there's 1 less guy in there, of course.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Rerolling 1s.
Yep. Because of the Lord.
The Lord's will.
The old Lord.
Needing 2s.
Yep. Decent. How many is that?
That's going to be 1, 2. That's 11.
Awesome.
-3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I'm going to take 4 at a time here on his 5-up invulnerable save. Ooh. With his regular 5-up. Hiya. So he makes 1 and then feel no pain because of his soul helm. So he takes 3. And he has 2 left, so 5-up invul. And 5-up feel no pain. No. And now it's the Shadowfield time. First one. Second one. Third one. Fourth one. 5th one. Yes, he lived. He lived with 1 wound. Good job, Skari. And that's the end of the game. That's it. It's done.
That's it.
Victory, though, for the Necrons, which means Vecuous gets an epithet. I'm so excited. Awesome. However, Pyrrhic victory, because he doesn't have much left. And he left his relic. I got his relic. Yes. Awesome. We'll be back with the after-action report. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see how our Crusades have grown after this game. Post-game report, as you can see, we've done some paperwork. The Crusade is exciting. We'll talk about them in a second. So Archon Skari's Rise of a Kabal Crusade. After the battle, has 1 requisition point to start. I will go up to 2 requisition points. I will also gain a raid spoil point on a 4+. I do not, so I still only have 1 raid spoil point. And I'm not going to use any requisition to gain more raid spoil points either. Okay, out of action tests. Rezalia. She is okay. The Witches, Arterial Spray, they are okay. The Raider, desperation is okay. The Raider Mist is going to take another battle scar. Uh-oh. And those are the only casualties that I took. But I will keep it, it'll probably lose 2 inches of movement is what it's next. So it's 2 battle scars down. 2 inches of movement. Okay, great. Good job. Good job. It's a slow raider now. Has a bent sail, as you can see. Okay, so experience. I had 3 agendas. Take credit, priority targets to kill vehicles, and Reaper. So Archon Skari killed a vehicle with his blast pistol. He also killed the most things this game, killing 3 different units by himself. So he gained 2 experience points for that, and then 2 experience points for no, he killed 2 vehicles. My apologies. He killed the two command barges. Hold on a second. So Reaper is 3 points. So he got 2 points for killing a vehicle, 3 points for Reaper, and then 1 point for participating in the game. So he got 6 experience points. This Raider killed one of the vehicles as well. So it got 2 experience points for killing a vehicle. And then, of course, Rosalia decided to take credit for the whole operation, even though she went down. Nobody disputed her claims. So I get to add up all the experience I got from my other agendas, which was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. And for every 2 experience, she will gain 1 experience because she's taking credit for all of their achievements. So he got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's every 2. So 3 points, 3 experience. You gain 3 experience points for taking credit for what they did. Amazing. That's so Dark Eldar, and I absolutely love that mechanic so much. Now, Archon Skari could have taken credit if other units would have done better. Then he could take credit because he's an Ascendant Lord. I could have gotten some extra raid spoil points as well. However, that was not the case because he is my Ascendant Lord. So with that experience in place, we had Archon Skari gain his battle-hardened rank, or, have his battle-hardened rank. And he, of course, is a battle-hardened. Now, I could make him a Master Archon, but I'm going to wait until he becomes heroic. I don't think he deserves to become a Master Archon yet. Nope, he doesn't have enough power or influence in the Dark City because they're all Pyrrhic victories. He has 5 raids that he's done, and there's only one raid. So, even though he's doing his agendas behind the scenes, not heroic enough to become a Master Archon and to call on the Trueborn of the Cabal. Not exactly what's going to happen. Other than that, all the other experience, I did mark the Dark Sun for greatness. They did really well holding a flank off against, a bunch of stuff and surviving the battle. So they are almost blooded. The Inner Court got another experience point. So did Slick Venom. They are 9 points away from being heroic. 9 experience points from being heroic. And Arterial Spray, they did level up. So Arterial Spray leveled up. They are now blooded. And I've given them lightning strikes, which means every 6 to hit in close combat is an additional hit. So John knows how many attacks they get. And he's very excited about this, right, John?
Oh my gosh.
And there you have it. My list, my Rise of a Cabal has gone up. I still only have the 3 territories and 1 investigation point. I'm not going to use my raid spoil to randomly generate another territory. However, I didn't use my gang territories yet, which means the newest addition to the force will be Soaring Disdain. Hellions, a 5-strong Hellion unit, to take advantage of the gang territories that I claimed last battle that we had. So now this brings my total supply to 58 power level, which means I now have some more options to pick from. Okay, so other than that battle scar, the Rise of the Cabal continues with things happening as we go. Okay, let's take a look at what Vecuus will gain after his victory against the Drukhari. And the Necron Crusade continues to grow, with Vacuous creating a name for himself as he gains his second epithet.
So he is now Vacuous the Inexorable, the oppressor of the unworthy, breaker of the beings below.
I like it. Breaker of the beings below. Are you calling me a being below?
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be very Necron of you, John.
You very thieving. This is what thievery gets you, Skari.
So here we go. We've got, so as the victor, you were the attacker, so you got to pick a hero, a character, and they gain a battle honor and a crusade relic.
Mm-hmm. And Torquil, the Twisted, was nominated for that. He also leveled up, and I also spent 1 requisition point to give him a Cryptek Arcana on top of it. So he went from having just a Voltaic Staff to gaining tactical experience. He is now an energy savant. He gained the Prismatic Obsicatron, and he has the Laurels of Victory.
Which means you get a bunch of stuff.
So he now provides 2 command points if he's not dead. If he dies, I lose 2 command points. He gives me a 6. On a 6-up, I get another command point every time I use a command point. Once per game, he can shoot a second time. And if he is not the closest enemy model, he cannot be targeted by ranged attacks.
Yeah. This is the Cryptek Arcana. Awesome.
Does he take a scar?
All right. He did die.
No, he does
No. Okay, let's do some more out-of-action tests here. We got the Buckets of Doom.
The Buckets of Doom.
No, they're okay.
All right, so we'll do Grace and Beauty. Grace is okay.
Grace is okay.
And Beauty is okay.
Oh.
All right, the Forsaken.
They're okay.
All right. The Vacuous's Blade did not die.
No, and the other one.
The Eternal Guard.
Oh, they are okay as well. And last but not least.
All right, the Haunting Shadow. Let's see if it's all right.
Oh, you will be taking a Battle Scar. So the Hexmark will
suffer a loss of reputation.
I don't think he had much of a reputation to begin with.
That usually happens when you go Destroyer.
That is true. Anybody else level up today?
Vacuous has gained 8 experience points for being a survivor, being marked for greatness, and just participating. So he is officially heroic.
Heroically heroic.
To go with his new dynastic epithet. And he will be gaining an antiquity relic, the Archaeotech Nanomed. Upon his first death, he can resurrect on a 2+.
Very cool. So it's going to be really, really hard to keep him down. Oh my goodness, Necrons. Well, there you have it, folks. The Necron force continues to grow as the rise of the Cabal continues. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I hope you had a good time watching. Make sure you check the links down below. Huge shout out to all the channel Patreons. If you like the content, leave a comment. Let us know what you like or dislike. That also works too, because that's how it works. Other than that, we'll catch you on the next Battle Report. Don't forget to catch John the Cron on Twitch every Thursday and Sunday evening, where there's 40k and Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, John the Cron on Twitch. The link will be in the description. After all, I've been Skari, your grateful host, signing off until next time. The Dark Kin.